Some technical difficulties there. I think we should be good to go. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, we're good to go. A lot of other things I could talk about, and I'll get there. That's not the last time I was asleep. I ate too much food over there. It just passed out on your eyes. I really did have grand schemes of things that I wanted to talk about and do. But first of all, I do want to start with a little bit of parole one more time. Parole hearings. We're in Louisiana this time. We have Charles Traval. He is up for a revocation hearing. Meaning if it doesn't go his way, he's going back to prison. But let's see what we got here. Parole one more time. I'm here, of course. Let me make my screen a little smaller. Probably about 5 or 10 seconds before this starts, by the way. Let's see what we got. They have a couple of them. I'm not gonna stick around for that long though. All right, let's put me down there.
Good morning. The time is 8:52 in the morning. The date is January the 7th of 2026. My name is Steve Prater. To my right is Jerry Ledoux. To my left is Chuck Tillis. We'll be handling the revocation cases today. And we're in the Baton Rouge headquarters of the Department of Corrections. With us this morning in the Department of Corrections is staff. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Jasmine Thompson.
David Cavalier.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. And we're talking to Mr. Trivial Charles. Is that correct? I think you may be on mute.
Correct, sir.
Okay, and you are at Acadia Parish Jail. Is that correct?
Correct, sir.
Okay, would the staff that's at Acadia Parish Jail introduce yourself, please?
Sergeant Martell.
Okay, Sergeant, thank you for hosting us this morning. We appreciate that.
Yes,
Mr. Tavell, or Mr. Charles, Charles is your last name, correct?
Charles and Baptiste. Charles Baptiste. Charles is his last name.
Okay. Tell us what your full name is and your DOC number.
Trivial Charles Baptiste, DOC number 131909.
Okay. And do you have a form in front of you that you signed that waives all your rights as far as this hearing goes, and that you want to go forward with this hearing? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. I would want to go forward with the hearing.
Okay. Do you need to look at would you show us the
You love
form
playing
of,
with
like-
somebody.
Okay, you see the form
You love
that's
playing.
right there?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign that form?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I appreciate that. Your case this morning has been assigned to Miss Jerry Ledoux to ask the questions and to interview you about it. So she's the lady on the right, and she's gonna be talking to you from now on. And then we'll come back and ask some questions in a minute. So go ahead, Ms. Ledoux.
Good morning, Mr. Charles.
Morning, ma'am.
I'm going to be reading the allegations against you for violation of your parole conditions. And I'm going to ask you to enter a plea of either guilty with a statement, or not guilty. And then we can discuss the information after that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Condition number 3, you failed to return to the listed and registered address of 902 Locust Street in Rain, Louisiana, after moving 1/16/2025. You failed to communicate the change of address to the Acadia Parish Sheriff's Office within 3 days of moving from your residence. Your whereabouts were unknown until 3/10/2025, when it was determined that you were enrolled in the Woodlake Addiction Recovery Center. How do you plead?
Guilty with a statement.
Number 4, you failed to refrain from criminal activity by committing the offense of one count of failure to notify law enforcement of a change of address, residence, or registration information within 3 business days, which is a felony, resulting in the issue of a warrant. The warrant was signed, and then you have a new charge of failure to register, and your trial is 3/9/2026. How do you plead?
Guilty with a statement.
You are currently $1,451 in arrears on your payment. How do you?
I mean, I guess I'll go through this. I'll wait to see if my wife's gonna jump on. Because he didn't already seal his fate. Guilty with a statement, guilty. That's all guilty. This is gonna be good and easy, I believe.
Guilty with a statement.
Okay. Well, at this point, then I would allow you to make the statements on those charges.
Okay, thank you. First, I would like to expound on the fact that I went to the Wood Lake, what I've learned. I'd like to get this off first, that I accept full responsibility and all accountability for having such inconvenience right now that I've caused.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna hear him out. Because I've seen some things happen. I'm gonna hear him out. He apologized for the inconvenience. They don't never apologize for the inconvenience.
Myself, my parole officer, and the board. And since I was at Wood Lake, and I've learned that accepting accountability and taking full responsibility and the seriousness and the importance of me staying registered. I've been on the charge of registration for 36 years.
Spit it
I've
out,
never
nigga.
had
Spit it
this
out.
allegation against me. And I'm asking the board to show considerations on not revoking me. On the account that out of the 36 years that I've been having to register, I've never been faced with this opposition. Second, my work ethics and my work history while being out, the 2 years I was out, I worked successfully 22 months, 28 days and 2 days off. I worked successfully. I also apologize to the board for another inconvenience that it's an honest mistake on the authority figures over here in Acadia Parish for letting me bond out. I did the very next best thing that I was taught to do from recovery, and which was contact my parole officer, Mr. Guidry. He told me that I wasn't supposed to be out, and I asked him what he would like for me to do. He told me the first thing he would for me to do is go and update my address. I complied. I also complied with going to the Wood Lake. I was a bit late, but I complied. I successfully completed and participated. While out on bond, I didn't sit around and worry about the circumstances. I went and got a job. I went in Wood Lake with a job. I came back. I went wait a week or two and got hired at Popeyes. So I asked the board not to violate me on my production of being productive. I was a little bit late with some things. I dragged my leg, but I took and I do take full responsibility and accountability. And I understand the importance of me having to register. And then if I am afforded a chance to go back, I have my job still waiting. The chance that I'm given, it will not return void. And I just want the board to know that I rest my soul on honesty, respect, importance, and responsibility. Thank you all for letting me talk and hear me.
Mr. Charles, if you had a job, why did you not pay any of your fees?
I started out real good with paying my fees, ma'am. I had
Why you ain't paying no money, bro? Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. With this panel right here, Oh, he could have got him the 2 out of 3. Oh, he could have got the 2 out of 3. Why he ain't pay no money? Let's hopefully because he's about to recover. He said he started off real good. I hope it's more than like $50. He said he started off real good. Come on, give him a chance. He might make it, y'all. He might get it.
The registration, I mean, the sex offender classes, they were 120, and I had this 65 a month. I started out
What?
good. I
Sex offender
started out good.
classes.
The household that I was living in, it became unhealthy for me. We had an agreement with the what I should pay, which was be $500, and then it went up to $700, and it caused me to go backwards. And then it was, I was being used in the household I was at, telling me that this bill was this much. I never looked at the bills.
We
I
don't
was
believe you,
in a
nigga.
very unhealthy relationship. So when it was time for me
No.
to
No, nigga. No. I'm gonna get kicked off of YouTube already. But listen, no. And if you know Shar, you know on here I'm real giggly. I started to feel his story and I was working real good, boss. And I was with him. I'm like, damn man, nigga, free that nigga. Free him. But she ain't paying no money. And then you touching the cheering? Then you touch it, put that nigga back on the slave game. Yeah. And I know I'm gonna get some comments. I don't give a put him back on the chain gang. Have his ass what did they do? What did they pick?
make a
Fruits?
decision and
What
go to some of my classes, I wasn't able to pay. So I began to fall backwards. And it stressed to me a great deal. The
Sir, do
household
you
that I was
smoke
living in.
cigarettes?
I explained some things to my PO,
Do you
Mr.
smoke
Hunter,
cigarettes, sir?
that I was going backwards at this household, and I didn't want to no longer be at this household. So he referred me to some help. I took the help. I got up and did what I needed to do. I got back under the covenant with God, and here I am now, ma'am.
You do have, I don't understand future fiance, but Donna Isaac. Like
Exactly.
to
Yeah,
speak
this
on your
this
behalf.
guy,
Excuse me, ma'am?
Miss Donna, Isaac would like to speak on your behalf. We'll let her do that now.
Ma'am.
yeah, she played the hell out of him. Did you hear what she said? I don't know what future fiance mean. He ain't been able to buy no ring. Huh? Huh? You see the way they just played him out like that? I don't know what future. You know what that they ain't been able to get no ring. He ain't been able to pay. Yo, let me stop, man. I'm turning into. I got all this on, and I'm turning. Ah, we shall overcome.
Good morning.
Morning.
She
I'd
finna
like
fuck it
to
up.
address the board. My name
She
is
finna fuck it
Donna
up.
Isaac,
I'm gonna mute her. She finna fuck it up. Friend.
fiance. To my point of view, all of this was just a big miscommunication because of the simple fact through transferring to rehabs and being turned down for 3 different rehabs that they don't take sexual offenders, prolong it,
No,
trivious
they don't, because there's
process.
little boys and girls in
And
there.
upon him leaving and really learning who Trivia is, he did great in this. The rehab was the best thing that could ever happen to him. And
Well, why the fuck we
also
here? He ain't paying no
he
money.
spent 34
And
days
then white
in the
people gonna do
Washington
what they need to
Parish
do.
jail, which the Crawley police came get him.
Hey, you know what? I want to
They
ask a
bought
question. Like I said, they probably gonna get me. YouTube gonna get me out of here real quick. I got a question. If you white, if you watching right now, if you white, you know what? You know that ain't right. You hear me? You know that ain't right. Get his
bonded
ass.
him. They let set a bond and he bonded out. He updated his address as of April 30th. So when Hunter came to get him June 4th, he had already updated it. But Trevor, under his supervision, had told him just to lay low because they may come back and get you, which I don't think they would have come back and get Trevor because of the simple fact they already had their information with the registry. The fact that he stayed 7 months incarcerated now, I think it was a blessing from God because he really got his spiritual growth in him. Trevor is also, besides
I don't give a damn.
having two jobs that are still waiting for him.
You know what I hate? And you know what? I feel like I've been on the brothers too hard, so I'm gonna give y'all a rest. You know what I hate about white folks and black folks and everybody else? You know what I hate about y'all? When you come to this parole hearing, you gotta come with things that you've done. I hate that the first thing you're gonna talk about is that they want to know what programs you did. He should have stuck with the programming. She should have stuck with the programming. I love that he had no choice. When you sitting around, he ain't got no video game TV or nothing like that. You act like he got things to do. Of course he gonna find God. He wanna get out of there.
He's also been very active in his ministry with New Testament ministry under leadership of Pastor Cole. He also been volunteering with a mentor, Will Lowe, who has a treatment center in Crawley that he goes volunteer to. I don't think benefiting him to keep him locked up, I don't think it would benefit Trivial because now he has me in his life, and Trivial knows
Hey,
me.
she
I'm a
know,
very spiritual guided woman.
she know they don't give a damn, right?
Also, by releasing him, he can catch up on all these fees. And basically, that's about all I can, you know, I say it's just was a
Denied.
big
Let's
mistake
go.
to me.
Let's go.
And he's carrying this charge for 30 plus years now with registering, and he was off parole.
Yeah, okay. He's carrying this charge with predator, and you think you can't touch him low and think they're gonna let you go. Hear me. Hear me. I got two things tonight. I'm on fire. If you white, you know that ain't right. And if you touch him low, we can't let you go. What the fuck? She just did him harm. Revoked. Here we go, guys. Coming right up.
2013. So getting back into the same
I'm gonna mute her. The parole officer hadn't even talked yet. It's about to get. I got her mute.
trying to find yourself, you're trying to find stability, and you're going in all the wrong
Let me
places
mute myself so I
that
could do
you
some
keep
cussing.
you fall. And at that point, he took a fall because he was stuck between too many people advising him what to do and trying to do the right thing. So I asked the board if they would have mercy on Trivia and give him a chance to get back into society and prove the man that God wants him to be. Thank y'all, and y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We
Mute
do
myself
have
now.
Hunter Guidry, PMP agent, who would like to speak.
Come on, Hunter.
Mr. Guidry.
Get him, Hunter. Get him, Hunter. Come on.
Hunter Guidry, y'all have questions?
How was your interaction with Mr. Charles while you were supervising him?
For the most part, Charles was respectful until it got to a situation in, I believe it was January of 2025, after testing positive for some controlled dangerous substances, and then there seemed to have been a mood change and some things of that nature. He was then referred to treatment, which is kind of how this all came about.
So up until that point, he was compliant and no problems, basically.
Yeah, we had some issues with not sleeping at the correct address sometimes. We had some issues, I mean, realistically, nothing horrible, right?
Okay.
I respect that. I
So do
respect
you,
that.
in your opinion, as a professional agent,
Come on, man.
believe that his compliance with the treatment is going to set him back on the right course, or?
Well, it's I don't really have an opinion on that, honestly. The way I feel, what ended up happening was by policy, he was
Wow, look at that.
instructed to report to my office and come sign a notification of admin sanction agreeing to go to treatment. He failed to do that, at which time I had a feeling where he was, but he was not registering with the sheriff's office. It ended up in him getting a warrant, and then he did not go to treatment as when I instructed him to. He went afterwards, but he did complete treatment, and they did say he did well in treatment.
You don't want to let him go.
Mr. Charles,
And I'm not saying he should have to.
where are you registered to live?
Where do I register to live?
Yes.
I registered at Chaparral.
Currently registered when you got out in
I could say a lot about POs, probation officers, but now is the time or place. And I don't have enough time and place, but I want to say this. You can tell um, by someone's demeanor and face how they truly feel. And a lot of people are gonna say, Rashard, who gives a damn? This is a criminal, he's a such well, everyone that comes to him isn't a the whole time. Look, I had myself muted while I was talking. I was going off too. Now I gotta go back to the thing. I was going the hell off, y'all. Trust me.
April,
Trust
you
me.
went and registered. And what address did you
Talking
use?
about that parole officer.
Chaparral address.
But I said I'll do it later.
Okay. When you return to supervision or get out, where are you going to live?
I'm going to, laws had changed. Mr. Hunter was telling me when he brought me back into custody that the 1,000 feet doesn't apply to me. I can interact with my grandkid. So I'm going to live with my fiance, Miss Donna Isaac,
Okay.
upon release.
I would like to ask for an executive session.
I second.
Got a motion and a second for an executive session. There is no objection
Good.
to it. At
Good.
9:08, we'll be
And
going
I'm gonna
into
talk.
executive
Y'all ready?
session. We'll
It's been
be
a
back
while.
with you in just a moment. Just
It's
let's
okay. Thank
talk
y'all.
about
Y'all
a
should have told me I
procedural
was
matter.
about to take over. So what I was saying was, I could say a little bit about probation officers and their demeanor and whatnot, but then, there's that thing on the other side that's like, hey man, at the end of the day, no matter what, the person has done something wrong, right? So they have to come see this probation officer. Like I feel that, I hear that. But you can look at someone and genuinely tell if they're there to either A, um, affect or enact some kind of difference, some kind of um, something besides what I was reading from his face. Let's put it like that. And for him to say, nothing bad to say, but then turn around and be like, well, I can't really comment on whether he should go back or not. Come on, man. Come on. Have an opinion one or the other way. So in your heart, you can't say that he needs to go back, right? You could give examples. You can't quite say that because he probably remembers the interaction that he's had. And like he said, that guy was pleasant and respectful. And my point was this: damn him. Damn him. There are other people that have probation with him for stupid shit, you know? And I'm going to say this right here. If someone is on probation for smoking, that is stupid and petty and petty. There's petty, man. That's a way to trap a generation. We all know that, right? So, like in places all over the country where they're able to legally smoke, liquor's down 20, 40, 50%. And now you can see that they passed the bill, right? They slipped something in to where they think they're going to take it away. Come on, man. Come on, man. Nobody's ever smoked and was like, hey, let me go outside and let me go get Jimmy to come over here and hit this good old Ubi Dooby. What's wrong with y'all, man? And even the other drugs, I'm gonna be honest. The friends that I've had, I'm gonna use those. The best of my friends, when they were using those other drugs too, they weren't using them because they were excited and happy to do it, right? Some of them didn't have no place to go, literally, no house to go. So the house and the people that were always open, right, are the people that have to share with each other. You guys wouldn't even understand. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Uh-oh, they must have gave him the.
I concur.
Wrong.
Let's see what we got. Here we go.
In the morning, same date as when we took our executive session. Can I have a motion to return to regular session?
I move that we return to regular session.
Got a motion
Second.
and a second, and there is no objection to it. So at 9:12 in the morning, we're going back into regular session with Mr. Charles. Okay, Gary?
Mr. Charles, you have a court date, March of 26, to deal with the failure to register charge. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Come on.
Mr. Charles, my
You-
responsibility is to determine if society is at any risk with you returning to supervision, and if we can manage your supervision in a way that's best for society first and for you. So since you have received your substance abuse treatment, you have been able to articulate what you did wrong. You have been successful for a number of years in your registration, and this is the first time. My vote is to not revoke. And then you will go into court to deal with those failure to register charges. But Mr. Charles, I don't think I need to give you a lecture about the necessity of following the rules.
That's all right.
Exactly.
Because he still might not be off, you guys. And like I said, real
You
ultimately, I don't
you
give a
won't get
damn.
another, you won't
'Cause
get
he's a
any more
sexual predator,
grace. Let me
but-
just put it that way from me.
Yes, ma'am.
If you messed up again. But my vote today is to do not revoke.
4, okay.
I concur with Ms. Ledoux.
Okay, my vote also is to not revoke you.
No, not my boy. No.
It's because
That's
of
not
your
like him.
history, your
That's right.
long-standing history of having
That's not like him.
completed
Steve
your
Prater.
registration
That's not like him, man.
as you were supposed to, and the fact that you're allowed
Good job,
to stay
Steve.
with the grandkids and all that, it means it wasn't.
Let me mute you, Steve, because
anything against
Steve
the
gets
kids and
long-winded.
all that.
Me and Steve both like to talk. Steve, I fuck with you for that, Steve. I knew it was in you. Happy New Year,
The
Steve.
work that you've done trying to keep things between
Steve
the
loved to
ditches.
keep a nigga.
And so you're not going to be revoked today. We realize you have a court date, and that's none of our really doings. But we're not revoking you today, and we'll leave it up to the agent to make sure that everything's on the up and up and that you stay straight. And we appreciate it. And that's the end of the hearing. It's 9:15.
All right. That's all right. That's all right. So they did not revoke him. Look, I'm speaking like him. Him and his girl, neither one could talk. Oh, slave mouth. Look, y'all, read a book before you go to read a book. Have somebody or nobody that can speak. She didn't say anything about he found God. I bet there are 3 books in there. I bet there are 3 books in prison and you talking about he found God. I need to go ahead and keep it moving. Listen, I want to do one more of these before we get to these clips and more. You got me for a little bit. I hope this is my wife watching right here. If it's not, you know, what's up? I sent you the link, whatnot. Listen, the next one up is Demetrius Coleman. I don't know what Demetrius did or what he's got going on, but we got Demetrius coming up right now. All right, parole one more time. I'll be back. I ain't gone yet. Look at all this revocation. So all of those are people basically that are up to be revoked, obviously, right? This is the Louisiana Board of Pardons and Parole. So when I hear them uh actually come on. I'll cut myself off. All right. Yeah.
Appreciate you hosting us this
Oh,
morning.
my bad.
Okay, Mr. Coleman, what is your DOC number?
381-833.
Okay, and do you have a waiver in front of you that you signed for this hearing?
No, sir.
Did you sign a waiver to have the hearing today?
Yes, they just told me I had to have a hearing. That's what the new thing was.
Okay, we're gonna try to find the waiver. Okay, do you see that in front of you right now?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign that?
Yes, sir.
Is all of that true? And I see it's got, okay, is everything okay? Are you, other than suffering from anxiety, are you stable and willing
Yes,
to
sir.
have a hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're okay with having this hearing, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, well, your case has been signed to Mr. Chuck Tillis, who's on my left, and he's gonna ask you some questions, and then the board, the rest of us will ask questions if we have any. Then we'll make our determination whether you should be revoked or not, okay?
Yes, sir.
Morning, Mr. Coleman. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Good. You have two violations that you violated, and rule number 3, you move from, and you can answer these guilty or guilty with the not guilty, and not guilty with the statement if you would like to. And we'll go over the two and then come back and talk about them. You moved from the
Well,
address
some of you looking at him saying he guilty
recorded
already.
within Baton Rouge
Shame
to
on you.
a new address in Shreveport without notifying your parole officer. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
With the statement?
Yes, sir.
Rule number 4, you were arrested on 9/28/2025 by the Bossier Parish,
Oh, look at them eyes.
Bossier City Police Department for domestic abuse battery. How do you plead?
Guilty with a statement.
Oh, he's
Guilty with
gone.
a statement.
Guilty with a
Okay,
statement. You're
let's
gone.
go with rule number 3. You said you were not guilty, and what happened?
Like I was trying to find some work now and I couldn't find a work, so I like go and work at the Two Guys Moving for like a week or so, and then I come back, because my little daughter was kind of having trouble, and I tried to get the parole officer. I was asking about jobs and stuff, and then I go for a couple of days and I come back because he owned the Two Guys Moving down there, but I didn't move. I still stayed at my residence in Baton Rouge.
Did you notify your parole officer what you were doing?
No, sir.
Okay, so that's the reason why, you have to notify them. You understand?
Sir.
Okay. Now what about the abuse battery?
I was down there and I was on my way back to Baton Rouge, and I
Okay.
was trying to get my clothing from this friend house that I was, staying at, and she wouldn't give it to. She like give me half my stuff, so I called the police, and it's like it took me forever to get the woman that want to send the police out there because I did the right thing. I got in front, stayed far from my house, got in the street. And I'm started telling the people, I need the police, I need the police. They started trying to talk to me. Before I know her and her daughter came out the house cussing at me. And I was like, and when they came just so fast, I'm like, man, get
Let me
back.
mute
I
myself.
swung my hand like this. It accident barely touched her lip and blood, and I ended up going to jail. So I guess I'm guilty like that, but
I
never
barely touched
trying
your
to be,
lip. Hold on.
I don't want to call the police, and I'm like telling the police, talk to the operator.
Oh, you niggas great. You know what? I'm gonna use my Jim Rome voice. You are the best. That's what Jimmy Orr said. You're the best. You're the best. He said, I barely touched a little bit on the lip. Blood came out, and so I guess I guess I'm guilty of that. I guess I, if that's what by determination, if when you add that to the other, I guess I'm
Because I was
unbelievable.
way far from their house and they just came.
It's
It wasn't no
crazy.
like no accident. Like it was just like, man, get on back. While I was talking to the pub, and I just barely asked her, and my fingernail hit her lip. Got a domestic. I pled guilty to it though.
Yeah, see, any of my colleagues have any questions?
No.
Jerry?
No,
Okay, well, I'm ready to vote.
Okay.
Mr. Coleman, you just stated
He's
you
going
wanted
down.
to do the right thing and on rule number 4 and on rule number 3, you knew better and you didn't do the right thing. So my vote today is going to be to revoke for rule 3 and 4.
I concur with my colleague, violation of, your conditions of parole.
And I concur also with violation of conditions 3 and 4 of your parole agreement. Therefore, as of 9/24 this morning, your parole had been revoked.
Yeah, that was terribly quick. Terribly quick. That was, I mean, he could guilty with you would have did better, honestly. And this is horrible that I'm saying this because kids, if you there should be no kids that can see this because I said it, it's not kid rated. Y'all what you gonna sit there and say you did it all? Just not guilty with a statement. I'm gonna tell you why. That's what you should have said. You just went ahead and said I'm guilty with a statement. And the way you said it, man, I just kind of put my hand out there and it touched her lip a little bit. And so when it touched her lip, she started bleeding a little. You long arm, scarecrow arm, arm talking about it just and blood came out. So I guess you guilty. You guilty. You guilty. And now you gotta serve the rest of your term. Give me a second. I'm trying to get this share this to Facebook. And matter of fact, damn y'all. I'm about to take a small break while they get this get the next hearing. We got more coming up. Give me a minute. All right, how much time we got? I'm not about to wait this long. Y'all know I'm not about to do all this, especially when it's not live. That's me being lazy, to be honest. Oh, they took a super break this time. Let's see. There we go. Let me get my
Okay, the time is 9:47 in the morning. The date is 1/7/2026. We're the board of, we're the committee on parole. And to my right is Mr. Jerry Ledoux. To my left is Chuck Tillis. My name is Steve Prater. We're in Baton Rouge. We're talking to Mr. Francis Smalls. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Smalls, you're at Livingston Parish Jail. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Deputy, would you introduce yourself?
Sergeant Jennifer Gomez of Livingston Parish Detention Center Classifications Division.
Thank you, Sergeant. We appreciate you hosting us for today. Mr. Smalls, do you, what is your DLC number?
780-732.
Okay, and do you have a waiver form in front of you
As
that you signed?
yeah, oh yes, sir.
Okay, and you're wanting to go forward with this hearing, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your case has been assigned to Mr. Chuck Tillis, who is on my left, and he's going to do the initial questioning.
Good morning,
Yes,
Mr. President. How are you?
How are you doing today, sir?
We have three violations, and we're gonna go over them. Answer a plea of guilty, not guilty, or guilty or not guilty with a statement. Rule number 4, it's alleged that you engaged in criminal conduct which led to your arrest on 10/1/2025 by the Louisiana State Police for domestic abuse battery. How do you plead? Guilty
Not guilty, sir.
with a statement?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Number 4, on 10/1/2025, subject admitted to recent, this is THC use. How do you plead?
Oh, guilty, sir.
Okay. And number 10, you're currently in the rear of $186. The last payment was made 8/19/2025 in the amount of $66. How do you plead?
Guilty, sir.
Okay. Tell us about the domestic abuse. What happened?
Well, a week prior to when my parole officer came see me on October 1st of my arrest date, my dad was, he had some illnesses going on. He caught the rhinovirus. And I had a mental breakdown because, he has 85% blockage in his lungs. And, I was having a mental breakdown and I had scratched my face. And also when my old lady came in there and she seen that, told me to stop like 3 times and I wouldn't. I was so into my mental breakdown because I thought I lost my dad that I just didn't stop. So she went to beating on herself and choking herself.
When you say beating on
A
herself,
week
I
after
just
that,
came down.
my parole officer came in there and
He's
he
lying.
saw scratches on my face and marks on her. And he arrested me, sir.
So when she saw you scratching yourself, she started.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, hold on. Now, I don't know if who's watching, really don't give a damn. But if you remember what I said earlier to the white people, I need my white friends to come back in. I need you to zoom in. Remember what I said earlier, and I want you to remember this and hold it close. I was talking about a nigga before. This is a white guy, very similar. You know the type. Y'all, my homies, that's you. Listen, you are white, and you know that's not right. You know what he said right there. She went to scratch her. You're white, and you know it's not right. Let's get back to it. She gonna scratch
What about
herself.
the drug use? You admitted guilty.
Where they get these guys at?
That was during the time that
Yeah, I had a medical card, but I figured out that I'm being on parole. You're not allowed to smoke THC. So I do admit to being guilty for that.
you have a medical card for it?
Yes. I don't know. I could give you the name of the dispensary and you can talk to the doctor there, but I do have a card. Like I can go in there and I can purchase medical marijuana in my name and all that.
Okay. Any of my colleagues have any questions?
No, sir, I do.
Jerry?
If you, whenever you get a chance, if I can speak one more thing.
Sure, go ahead.
From what I last recall, I think my charges did get dismissed. I'm not first say so, but from what I hear, my parole officer did come serve me and said my charges were dismissed. I just did want to bring it up to y'all's attention. I don't know if that's, that's all I have to say. I appreciate it though.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm sorry to say that today my vote's going to be to revoke rules 4 and 10.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Jerry, are you ready?
My vote is, to revoke. But, in my revocation, I want you to be placed in a facility that has a mental health, evaluation capability. Health evaluation.
Where's that, Jackson, ma'am?
No, Elaine Hunt can do that, or one of the other facilities. Let DOC decide. I'm just gonna require health evaluation.
Okay, and my vote would be to not
They're already voting.
revoke,
Not revoke.
but you need 2 out of 3 of revocation, so, sorry to say, but at this time at 9:53 in the morning, your parole has been revoked with the recommendation that you be sent to a facility that has mental health evaluations.
Yes, sir.
Steve Prater, he coming out of his body. Steve Prater coming out of his body. He today, twice in a row. Steve, I call him the sundown town kid. The white guy in the middle was a former sheriff. I call him the sundown town kid. He love to keep a nigga. And nah, but today for some reason, maybe it's what they're saying. And I was joking when I said that. Steve Prater's, he's all right, but he was a former sheriff and he is about his business or the business. So parole or revocation was agreed to, so he got revoked. Let's go ahead and go to the next one, see what we got. Reginald Harrison. I think this might actually be the last one, and if it is, we'll go ahead and get to the regular show. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Parole or more time. What would you do?
Okay, good morning. The time is 9:57 in the morning. The date is 1/7/26. We're in Baton Rouge at headquarters. We'll be holding this committee on parole hearing about your possible revocation today. To my right is Jerry Ledoux. To my left is Chuck Tillis. My name is Steve Prater. Would you tell us what your name is and your DLC number, please, sir? You're on mute, please, sir.
Can you hear us now?
I can indeed. And you tell us your name and DLC number first.
Jovan Chappelle, 785451.
Okay.
Yeah,
Time out. I can.
Hey, like the parole board. Like the parole board denied, nigga, you can't pronounce your name. And you guys are gonna get it while we're watching Louisiana. You're really gonna get after a while. You're gonna be like, man, this sure feels like some the Django. Like he had to read his name word for word. He wasn't even at the numbers. You know, you can say your name and then zoom back in and get to work when you need to apply your real vision. You know, you can use your memory. He don't know how, he didn't know how to say his name. And then the parole board member felt comfortable enough to correct him with how he pronounces his own name because he felt like he said it wrong too. Damn, denied.
Do that with it too. I'm ready for that.
Okay.
You
Okay,
ready?
let me,
Okay, we're ready
give us
too.
just a second, Javon.
All right.
Okay, all right, you were at Rapides Parish Detention Center, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, with the staff from Rapides, the staff that's in there, introduce yourselves, please.
Sergeant Marsh.
Okay, Sergeant, thank you for hosting us. We appreciate that. Mr. Chappelle, would
Yeah.
you, do you have a waiver form in front of you that you signed?
Yes.
And you're wanting to have this hearing, correct?
Yes.
Okay, we're here to talk about possible violations that you violated some conditions of your parole. Numbers 3, 4, 6, and 10 are the conditions that you're supposedly have violated. You've been
Crept
through a
up on me.
preliminary hearing, and in those hearings, I've got your pleas, but I want to hear what you got to say. We'll take them one at a time. Number 3, condition 3, you failed to tell the parole agents your address. You listed a homeless shelter, and they hadn't seen you at the homeless shelter in several months prior to your arrest for that. Is that guilty or not guilty?
I gave them my mailing address. I didn't stay at a homeless shelter. I was staying at 19 Heinzen and
This
Chester.
is gonna be quick.
And
No, you could have
I
called
gave
somebody.
them that
This is gonna be
mailing
quick.
address, which is 1515 Jackson. That's not a shelter.
Okay, how the homeless shelter get involved in it?
I'm not sure the homeless shelter would be Salvation Army, and I never gave them. I don't even know that address.
Well, they said they hadn't seen you in several months.
So you've been there
I have
before.
been checking in with those people. I have been going there checking on my mail
No.
and stuff. So as a matter of fact, the parole officer came and seen me there
At the homeless shelter?
at 1515 Jackson.
Is that the address of the homeless shelter?
Yeah.
He
I
said
thought
it
you
is
had
the
never
homeless
been there.
shelter. You gotta go.
It's a homeless
Hook 'em up.
coalition.
Okay,
I live there.
okay. Let me just ask you this. How was the parole and probation agent, how was
It's a homeless coalition. Respect that shit.
one of the conditions on parole? How would they get you?
I was going in checking. I was checking in with them, and I was on probation also, so I had to go in like once a week and check in there.
Oh, so they just had to maybe catch you there while you was checking in.
They knew, yeah.
You can't mailing address when you're on parole. You can't give a mailing address.
Right. I understand.
Okay, let's move on. I think we got that cleared. You were arrested on September the 30th. This is rule number 4. You were arrested on September 30th, 2025 for possession of controlled dangerous substance and possession of controlled dangerous subjects, both Schedule 1 and 2. On those, you had a gun, meth, marijuana, and you sold some
Damn.
of the marijuana
Gun, meth,
and you had
marijuana.
syringes. Is all that true?
No.
What part is not true?
Oh shit. Hey, I'm gonna drop this off to Jeffrey. Jeffrey, you gotta make a. He had gun, meth, marijuana, not that GMM. And then he asked him, "Is it true? Did you hear the way he said, no? I told you guys, if you want to see real live slaves, this is what they got going on with us down there.
I didn't have no
Let me go back. I
syringes,
want to hear that.
Jackson. It's
Is that the address of the homeless shelter?
I gotta hear this. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I thought you
sorry.
had never been there.
I gotta go back.
It's a homeless it's
This is
homeless
great.
coalition.
It's a homeless
Okay.
coalition.
I live there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How, let me just ask you this.
Look at this. Watch this.
How was the parole and probation agent, how was he to find out where you were? If they need to get their hands on you right away, that's one of the conditions on parole. How would they get you?
I was going in checking. I was checking in with them, and I was on probation also, so I had to go in like once a week and check in there.
Oh, so they just had to maybe catch you there while you're checking in.
They knew, yeah.
You can't mail an address when you're on parole.
They had to
you
catch
can't
you,
give
didn't
a
they?
mailing
Then
address.
yeah.
Right. I understand.
Okay, let's move on. I think we
Watch
got
this.
that clear.
This is the piece
You
that
were
got me.
arrested on September the 30th. This is rule number 4.
This got
You
me.
were arrested on September 30th, 2025 for possession of controlled dangerous substance and possession of controlled dangerous substance, both Schedule 1 and 2. On those, you had a gun, meth, marijuana, and you sold some of the marijuana, and you had syringes. Is all that true?
No.
What part is not true?
I didn't have no syringes. I didn't get caught with a gun. I had a clip. It was a clip with bullets in it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. Okay, but you had the meth and the marijuana, correct?
Yes.
And you sold some marijuana, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You got
Let's
a bag
move
on.
on then. That's number 4.
You got the
Number
bag
6,
on.
you failed to provide a place of employment. Did you ever go to work anywhere?
No.
Okay, that could be part of the problem. You didn't have a place to report. Okay, and then finally, you failed to make your payments. You owe money on your on what you're supposed to be paying your fees. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
ready
I
to
don't
go.
have any other questions.
Y'all bothering him. He ready to go.
Mr. Tillis, do you have any
Uh,
questions?
No, he's answered. He pled guilty.
Okay. We don't have any questions from the board members. It's my place to vote, and my vote,
Here we go.
my particular vote is that you be revoked due to violations of conditions 3, 4, 6, and 10.
I concur with Mr. Prater.
Can I say that I got pulled over on a bike, and that's the reason why they said that they didn't have like a probable cause for even pulling me over.
Mr. Chappelle,
Yes.
you're voting, and guess what? My vote is also to revoke. You have failed to follow your conditions of parole.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. As of 10:04 this morning, your
All right.
parole has been revoked. We're sorry to tell you.
So I'm gonna be honest. I think that might be it. I have never seen the board run through them like this. I have not seen them run through them like this. They have high step through all of them. I think that might actually be it for them. No, they got another, but as you see, um, the first guy they didn't revoke. He semi had his stuff together. The next two, I mean, I'm confident that when they showed up for this hearing, they knew it was like Boys to Men. You know, he was pretty much just saying, although we come into the road, let me tell you what no, I'll get on out of there. Parole one more time. We've got a couple more coming up. Let's see what we got coming up next so that wasn't Reginald Harris. That was Javon Chappelle. So now we have good old Reginald. coming up? Parole or more time? Let me know what you guys think. She giggling a little too much. And I'm not the type of person that, hates to see somebody happy with me. She's showing teeth.
Okay, the time is 10:19. The date is January the 7th of 2026. My name is Steve Prater. To my right is Jerry Ledoux. To my left is Chuck Tillis. We're in Baton Rouge and we're going to hear this parole revocation hearing against Mr. Reginald Harrison. Is that correct? Are you Mr. Harrison?
Yes, sir.
What is your DLC number, Mr. Harrison?
593796.
Okay, and you are at let's see, Rapides Parish,
Yes, sir.
correct? Okay, is anybody in the staff from Rapides there?
Yes, sir, Sergeant Stein.
Sergeant, thank you again for hosting us and all the trouble you're having to go through with getting this going, and we appreciate that very much so we can have this hearing.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Harrison, do you have a waiver form in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you sign that? You're wanting to have this hearing, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and it's my responsibility to go through and to hear your case. And you got somebody that wants to speak on your behalf, and we'll get to them in just a few minutes. But you're accused of violating, of protective order. And you were arrested for violating this protective order. And I'd like to know, did you violate this protective order? And you can plead guilty, not guilty, or guilty with a statement?
No, sir, I did not violate the protective order. Do I have a chance to explain what happened?
Yes, I'd very much like that. Now would be a good time.
Okay, I was released from prison September 18th. I think that was a Wednesday. My son, he resides in Texas with his mother. She came down and she brought him to me that Friday. When he come stay with me that Friday, she was going back to Texas that Monday, but she had something going on. I'm not quite sure to what it was. My son wanted to stay with me. That was a problem with her, He's 13, but so she ended up calling Alexandria Police Department. They come out, they talk to me and my son, tell him he didn't have to leave. The next day, she calls the sheriff's department the next morning for the same reason. Sheriff department come out, my son wasn't there, so they end up calling him on FaceTime, doing a wellness check with him. He tell the police that he wanted to live with me. That day, she goes to the police department and put a restraining order out on me and said that I went to her house the day before she made the restraining order, and well, the day she made the restraining order, she said I came back to her residence and took my son. Now, when the police pulled back up the next day, they asked my son what's going on. He explained to them that he never left my house. He'd been with me since Thursday, whatever. The police report was false. She's supposed to be on the Zoom call right now with us, explaining this. I have an affidavit. The charges has been dismissed already. Like after she got my son back, she wrote the affidavit to get the charges dropped, that it was a misunderstanding, that it had been resolved between the family, so it was never nothing criminal that actually transpired. It was just, I guess, a ploy tactic to get my son back. But I never violated a protective order at all.
Okay, all right. Well, that's okay. Let's see, I think your fiance is on the Zoom call, Miss Chantel Bush. Miss Bush, is that you I'm looking at? Miss Bush?
Yes. Yes.
Would you tell us what you think about this, or what you know about this violation of protective order?
Yes, his son had came like on that Thursday to our house, and he didn't want to leave, but on the protective order, they talked about it or whatever. And when the police came, they told him like, well, you ain't gotta send him back. So when they came out and they told him they had to send him back, and he was talked to Ray John, which this is his son. And they told him that, we thought it was just it. But then when they came the next morning and arrested him for that, we were shocked on it because, the son just didn't want to go back to Texas. But our thing was to talk to them and let them know that, hey, you got to go back home. Let's see what's going on. But all that didn't happen. I just know the police came out to my house 2 times and they told him no, they didn't have to send him back. And the first time the police officer came, his name was Sergeant Perkinson. I got the number and everything where they did a wellness check.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate you being on the call.
Okay.
You welcome.
Not answering.
Okay, the mother's not answering. Okay. All right.
I have her cell phone number if you want to call her cell phone.
I think we've tried that and it didn't, and we didn't get an answer on that.
Do y'all have the affidavit form in front of you?
Yes, sir. We've got the fact that it was null pros. We have all that information. And it does sound like there's a lot of confusion going on here. And due to the fact that it's been null pros, I think that's important also. All right. Do y'all have any questions?
I don't have any questions.
Okay, Mr. Harrison, I noticed you've been in trouble before, not for violating protective order, but you've been in trouble, but you hadn't been out very long. And so I just want to caution you, my vote is going to be to relax you. My vote is going to be not to revoke you. Okay, but I want you you see how easy it is.
Yes, sir.
To catch yourself up in this, and that involves any kind of domestic violence or domestic abuse or being in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's easy because police they're everywhere, and they may make an arrest on you, and it'll be, then you got to spend a bunch of time in jail waiting on us to hear
what you got going on, Steve?
Revoke you. So
yes, sir.
I'm just telling you, be very, very cautious. Once you're on parole, all eyes are on you. So my vote is to not revoke. Mr. Tillis?
I concur with Mr. Prater. I just hope you keep yourself straight and don't come back and see us.
Yes, sir.
My vote is do not revoke.
Okay, you got 3 votes, so we're not gonna revoke you this morning. We'll be sending up an order to release since the charges have been dismissed. And we wish you well and hope things go well for you.
Wow, that's what's
Yes,
up.
sir. Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Wow.
All right.
All right.
So, wow, didn't revoke him. For the most part today, I could be wrong, but I think that they let more than 50% go. I think it was out of the 5 or 6. They didn't revoke 4 or 5 of them, so not bad, not bad. That was parole and more time. I need a breaky break. I feel like former or something like I was a part of that. Like I really did something. Um, so tired, so tired. Um, let's see what we got here. I don't know if it's tired or that let's see. So we got more parole. Um, let me know, you guys. Parole one more time. I'm gonna be right here, get my mind right, and yeah, man, we'll take it from there. Can't hear shit, bro. Can't hear shit you saying. Let's try that again. And you saying.
Good morning. The Committee on Parole is called to order. Today's date is November the 1st. Time is 8:37. Serving today on the committee is Mr. Alvin Roche, Mr. Pete Freeman. My name is Tony Marabella. I'll be chairing today. I'm going to ask the support staff located at DOC headquarters in Baton Rouge to please introduce themselves.
Here we go.
Williams.
Thank you. Our remote location this morning is Elaine Hunt Correctional Center. I will ask the staff at Elaine Hunt to please introduce themselves.
Good morning, Don Barlaw, Ward.
Christy LeBlanc, classification.
Dr. Johnny Prejean, medical.
Thank you very much. Our first case this morning is going to be Mr. Brian Dabney. Good morning, Mr. Dabney. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dabney, would you give me your full name and DOC number, please?
Brian Daphne, 33995.
Mr. Dabney, let me explain our process to you. First, I'm going to read some information into the record, and then we're going to conduct a parole interview with you. We will then ask the warden for some input. We have some participants here. We'll certainly ask Dr. Prejean to give us an appraisal, as well as some of the other members there at the staff. There is one person present in opposition. She does not wish to speak, but she is present and observing. At the end, you'll be allowed to make a statement on your own behalf, and then we'll vote. Do you understand our process, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is Mr. Brian Dabney, DOC number 303995, date of birth January the 12th of 1971. Mr. Dabney is a third-class felony offender. He has a parole eligibility date of January the 6th of 2023. An adjusted good time date of August the 29th of 2044, full term date of May 11th of 2046. He is serving a 43-year, 4-month, and 23-day sentence on the charges of attempted first-degree rape, aggravated incest, 3 counts of armed robbery. Does that sound fairly accurate, Mr. Dabney?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dabney, how old are you, sir?
52.
And how long have you been in prison on these charges?
30 years.
Mr. Dabney, tell me a little bit about what happened in this case.
Well, my oldest daughter, I was touching her and kissing her in an inappropriate way.
You've taken a number of programs while you've been in there. What sort of things have you learned in terms of how this has affected the victim in this case?
Well, by having her own father to touch her in a way like that, I guess it traumatized.
You seem to be pretty alert and pretty understanding of everything going on. You understand what we're doing here today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you have some significant medical issues. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Could you explain in your own words how you get around? Are you able to move around at all? Can you walk?
No, sir. I had to be pushed.
What sort of things do you do all day while you're in prison?
Mostly stay in the bed, sir.
You can't get out on your own at all. You have to be pushed around. You have to be helped out.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Prejean, we've watched the videos. We have the videos, and we've observed the videos. If you could please give us your assessment of Mr. Dabney. This is obviously for a medical parole. So would you please give us your assessment of Mr. Dabney?
Mr. Dabney is correct. He's essentially a quadriplegic. He has some movement in his upper extremities, but it's extremely weak. He has no movement in his lower extremities. He is bedbound. He has a cervical myelopathy. He had an anterior fusion done many years back. It did not go well and resulted in him being essentially a quadriplegic. He's very apathetic. He doesn't get out of bed. We on occasion force him out of bed, but it takes a Hoyer lift, if you saw the video, to get him out of bed and put him in a wheelchair. Very rarely have I seen him allow them to do that. He also has a suprapubic catheter. He's got hypertension. He's got prediabetes. And because he's got that suprapubic catheter, he's prone to getting recurrent bladder infections, some of them with multi-resistant organisms that requires IV therapy. When I got here 16 months ago, he had a stage 4 decubitus from laying in the bed so much. Over the past year now, we've just about got it completely healed with taking decubitus precautions, turning him, having him on an alternating pressure mattress and daily wound care.
Do you consider, in his medical condition, do you consider him to be a threat to society or to anyone on the outside at all?
No.
And he will require assistance for the rest of his life. Is that fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Now, I noticed in the video, there was a lift to pick him up from the bed, to put him in his chair. Is that basically required to move him around?
Yes, sir.
Now,
except we do have a couple of real muscular guys that will sometimes, one of them in particular I'm thinking of, he'll just come and pick him up and put him in the wheelchair. But even though I keep telling him not to do that, he's going to end up hurting himself one time. But he's like a big bodybuilder guy. He's the only one that can do it by himself. But the rest of it takes 2 or 3 people to actually get him out the bed and mobilize.
and it's your opinion that
and your recommendation that we grant him a medical parole,
Yes,
and the secretary has also signed off on that as well. It's my understanding that it's been recommended that he go to the villa. Is that the recommendation of the department?
Mr. Chairman, this is Warden Buttress. Villa is probably his best case scenario due to the nature of his conviction. There will be, limited resources on where he could stay in terms of total nursing home care because of the sex offense. So Villa would be our first option, and then from there we would continue, searching for nursing homes that would be able to take someone like Mr. Dabney in the nature of his conviction.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. Mr. Dabney, is there anything you'd like to say to the board before we vote?
No, sir.
I'll vote first. After reviewing the offender's crime and his criminal history, the length of time he served in prison, and his institutional conduct, which has been fair, the offender represents a low risk to himself or society. Based upon his medical condition, he's a quadriplegic, confined to bed, chair, needing full assistance for everything other than feeding himself. Medical assessment of the offender's condition, the diagnosis and the recommendation of Dr. Prejean, the medical director. It is my vote that we grant him a medical parole to a facility acceptable to the Department of Corrections. And I don't know if it's necessary, but if at all possible, this person would be improved to such a point that he no longer needed the medical parole, that he'd be returned to custody. So that would be my vote. Mr. Roche?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My vote is the same with the same conditions.
Mr. Freeman?
I concur.
Okay. Mr. Dabney, you've been granted medical parole today to a facility that
y'all gonna have to come back. I gotta
recommended
take a
and
break.
approved by the Department of Corrections. Good
You know
luck
what
to
I
you,
mean?
sir.
I gotta rest. I got the setup back here. I gotta rest for a minute though. I'll be back.
Thank you all very much for your assistance today. Do we have anyone else there at? Okay, so we'll be back in just a little while.
On my ass, man. I've been on it. Where is that? Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, y'all gotta give me just a sec. I'll be back. Do the rest of the show. That's why I got this parole on, just to hold y'all over. Like a little appetizer, you know what I mean? Before I wake up and get this ungodly human energy that I got. You know what I mean? Get to it, but we here. Roll something up. Y'all roll something up for me. I tell you what. When I get up, I'm gonna show y'all something different. You understand? I'm gonna show you something different in just a minute. You understand? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. But I need a break. I'll be back.
Committee on Parole is called back to order. The time is 8:53. Our next case is Mr. Marion Delavalade. Sir, if you would give us your full name and DOC number.
Good morning, Marion Delavalade, 423278.
Mr. Delavity, is that how you pronounce it?
Delavalade, sir.
DeLavalade, okay. Mr. DeLavalade, my name is Tony Marabella. I'm going to read some information. I want to explain our process to you. I'm going to read some information into the record. Then we're going to conduct a parole interview with you. At the appropriate time, we can allow those persons who wish to speak to have their input. You have two people here present today in favor of your parole, Dr. Robin Vidal and Brandy Burton. We also have in opposition Mr. Randall Meyer from the Jefferson Parish District Attorney's Office. Once we conduct our hearing, you'll have an opportunity to address the board, then the board will vote. Do you understand our process, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is a matter of Marion Delavalade, DOC number 423278, date of birth 11/13/1978. He's a fourth felony offender. He has a parole eligibility date of July the 14th of 2019. He has an adjusted good time date of July 15th of 2028, full term date of July 14th of 2029. He is currently serving a 15-year sentence on the charges of possession with intent to distribute heroin, 3 separate counts, and 1 attempted possession with intent to distribute heroin after having been adjudicated an habitual offender. Is that information accurate, Mr. Delavalade?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Delavalade, additionally, your mother has now signed on, Miss Angela Stepter. She is also present to speak on your behalf. Your case has been assigned to me, so I will begin to conduct our interview. Got a note sheet, but it can't come in. Mr. Delavalade, how old are you, sir?
44.
And how long have you been in prison on these charges?
9.5 years. 9.5 years, sir.
I've looked at your record. You've actually got 8 felony convictions. You were convicted of 2 counts of simple robbery, 2 counts of possession of cocaine, 1999, 2002, 2004, simple burglary. Then in 2017, possession with intent to distribute heroin, attempted distribution of heroin, and distribution of heroin. Tell me why all the criminality. Tell me why all of these crimes.
Good morning, sir. The reason for all the crimes was I limited myself to expand myself towards educational needs, vocational trades, and I was around the wrong group of people, and I was lured by the fast money.
I gotta switch my camera real
taking
quick.
the easy way out.
How much education did you have back then when you came to jail 9.5 years ago? How far did you go in school?
None, sir. I didn't have a high school diploma before I was incarcerated.
You got your GED this year, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It just graduated last week.
How about drugs or alcohol? Did you use drugs or alcohol back then?
Yes, at one time, yes, I did.
Okay, what kind
Yes,
of drugs
sir.
did you use?
He said he was what by the money?
Smoking marijuana.
Anything
You know,
besides
it's so funny, man.
marijuana?
Nobody, I haven't even heard one person yet be
And
like,
smoking
I was the
synthetic
motherfucker that was the
marijuana.
leader. I was the one that was out there
Besides
getting shit going.
marijuana and
Don't ever hear
synthetic
nobody say
marijuana,
that.
did you ever do
So
cocaine?
I was always influenced.
No,
Somebody
sir.
made me do it.
Heroin?
No, sir.
How did you get involved in selling heroin?
Being around the wrong group of people, being lured into fast money. I guess scared of failures of success, trying to take the easy way out, which wasn't the easy way out.
Well, you had 2 possession of cocaine charges, one in 99 and one in 2002.
were you selling the cocaine? What were you doing with the cocaine if you didn't use cocaine?
Yes, sir, I was selling.
Tell me what you learned while you've been in prison, what the effects of your selling drugs, especially cocaine and heroin, has on people.
First of all, I understand the seriousness what drugs could do to a user, a family, as well as the household and the community. Drugs have no future inside my plans. My plan is to continue to get self-help, continue to be around productive people, continue to pursue my academics and vocational trades and plans that I have accumulated while incarcerated.
Have you ever had a real job besides selling drugs?
Yes, I had a job before, sir.
What kind of jobs did you have?
I used to work at Folgers Coffee Company in New Orleans East, and I was working at Bravo's restaurant on St. Charles in New Orleans.
Tell me why I should vote to let you out with your criminal history, your poor supervision history, and your drug dealing.
I feel I should be released today because I understand the seriousness and the harmful acts that I inflicted on the community, my family, as well as myself. And I accept full responsibility to that. But during my incarceration,
Was that what he just
I
said
have
the
always
first time?
stayed dedicated and extended needs to better myself, which was graduating, getting my GED, enrolling in vocational trades to be a better person and to provide for my family and to be a role model for my family as well as
What sort of
community and the
vocational
youth.
trades? What sort of vocational trades did you get? Because I'm looking at your progress report, and they indicate that you need more vocational skills and you need more 12-step programs. Tell me about that. What vocational programs have you taken? What sort of skills have you learned while you've been in prison?
NCCR, which deals with constructional skills, construction site works. I obtained CertSafe, which dealing with food safety management, and IC3 Technometer computer skills.
How are you going to stay sober if you get out?
I have family support. I want to continue to be around positive, sober-minded people. And I want to continue to roll myself into self-help class because I know addictions could be a problem.
You gonna let him move in next door to you? Parole one more time. That's my question. You gonna let him move in next door to you?
I want to always better myself.
Are you a drug addict?
At one time I was, sir. I've been clean.
What programs have you taken dealing with substance abuse? I see you took Living in Balance. What else have you taken that has to do specifically with substance abuse?
I took RDAP, which is a drug program that was implemented by the feds and is here at Elaine Hunts Correctional Institution. And I enrolled in substance abuse, Malachi Dads.
Are you familiar with the 12 steps?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about them.
Which one would you like to know about, sir?
Tell me about all the 12 steps. Tell me why they're important if they are important. What's the purpose of them?
All right, y'all. We'll let you watch this for a little bit. I'll be back.
The purpose of them is to know and admit that you have wronged some others, and you're willing to confront others and make amends to them, and that you're willing to give the will and your life to God, to let God through these problems and understand through Him that He will help you, and to stay drug free and to always continue to seek help to better yourself.
How often were you smoking marijuana when you were out?
Every other day, sir.
And when did you start?
I was like the age of 15.
Okay. And how long did you smoke marijuana every other day? From the time you were 15 until the time you went to prison?
Yes, off and on, sir.
Have you ever had any long-term substance abuse treatment?
Yes, while I was incarcerated, going to a lot of programs.
Well, those are educational programs. Have you ever gone into any sort of an inpatient treatment facility where they actually treated you for substance abuse? Did you ever go
No,
through
sir.
like a Steve Hall program or something like that?
No, sir.
Did you ever go attempt to get drug substance treatment while you were on the outside?
No, sir.
Let's talk a little bit about your disciplinary record. You've only had 12 write-ups, but 9 of those 12 write-ups were for contraband. Why is that?
Yes,
And what
sir.
was the contraband?
Contraband.
Contraband was a lot of them was dealing with phones. 2 of them was drug charges.
All right. When were the drug charges?
Like 3 years ago.
Okay. And living in balance you took in 2018. That was a drug, kind of a substance abuse program. So you've had 2 drug write-ups since you've taken living in balance. Is that right?
Yeah.
No,
That's a wrap.
sir.
No, so what? You told me your drug write-ups were about 3 years ago. You took living in balance in 2018. Right?
Oh,
That's a little
yes, sir.
more
I'm
than 3
sorry. I
months,
took
but
those programs while I was at Angola.
All right. So since you've taken those programs, you've had a couple of write-ups for drugs.
Yes, sir.
Warden, what can you tell us about Mr. Delavolati?
Yes, Mr. Marabella, I share your concern with the disciplinary, especially the contraband, the drugs. Share your concerns with that. The last year or so, he's been doing well. He hasn't had a write up since December of 21, and he's gotten into classes. He's been doing all right, but again, the contraband drugs is real concerning to me. At this time.
Thank you, Warden. Appreciate your comments. Now we'll hear from your supporters. Dr. Vidal.
Good morning.
To eat
Good morning.
or not to eat?
I just wanted to speak on my cousin's behalf. I can, we grew up together and I've spent almost my whole life with him. And the transformation that I've seen since he's been incarcerated has been remarkable. And I know that religion isn't everything, but that's when I noticed the change in him once he found Islam and he had more of a sense of purpose or, purpose for life. That's when I saw that he was determined to do something different when he came home this time. He grew up with my uncle and he had really big shoes to fill. My uncle was a phenomenal man and he was an entrepreneur and he took care of everybody. And he always had that sense of, I need to fill those shoes and I need to be the provider for everybody. He just took the wrong steps to try to get there. And I think his growth since he's been there this time, he now understands that you can provide, you can take care of everybody, but there, the proper steps that you have to take to do it. And so, his commitment to things like getting an education and wanting to get a trade so that he can start a business and provide for family the right way. Those are things that I didn't hear him talking about when we were in our 20s, when we were in our 30s. I believe it's all, his spiritual journey that has got him to this point where, he's ready to make amends and, do things the right way. And he has my support. He has the support of our whole family. We're all behind him. I know my uncle is what he would want for him, to be the person that he always knew he was, the person that we always knew he was. And, you know, hearing him talking about starting a business, like when I come out, first thing I'm gonna do is, you know, try to get a CDL license so that I can become a truck driver and start like a trucking business. Like his mind is not on the fast money anymore. His mind is on, how do I get a skill that I can use for the rest of my life to provide for me and provide for my family? And I'm proud of him. I mean, I see the change, and I hope you guys see it as well.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We appreciate your comments.
Well said.
Now we hear from Miss Brandy
That's a
Burton.
world of difference the way she was speaking versus some of the other.
Good morning.
Morning, Ms. Burton.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Raymond's cousin. Raymond, Robin, and I, we all grew up together, three amigos. Raymond has a very good heart. I'm sorry, Marion. We all affectionately call him Raymond. So I apologize, sir. But Marion has a great heart. He was the big brother we never had. Growing up in New Orleans is kind of tough, especially to be a Black man. And he was just misguided, a misguided youth. And I believe the 9 years he's been in prison, he's had time to reflect on the impact that he's had on the community. I know that he regret any decisions regarding selling drugs or anything that has to do with drugs. Like Robin said, Islam helped him change his mindset. He's a different person now. I believe myself personally, I would help support him by going to the meetings, that any kind of drug meetings or something to help a person to stay on track so that he won't go back to the what he was doing in the past, which I don't believe he will, because like I said, by him joining the Nation of Islam, he's a different man. Just the way he speaks, the conversations are different. And I believe the 9 years he has had time to reflect, and he does have a lot of regret about the things that has happened in the past.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We appreciate your comments. Now we'll hear from Angela Stepter.
She's trying to connect something.
Ms. Stepter, can you hear us?
She may have to unmute the mic at the bottom.
Can you hear us, Ms. Stepter?
She may be having some connectivity issues. Look, she's frozen. She's having connectivity issues. We just need to move forward.
Okay. We're having some connectivity issues with your mother. She called in late. We can't seem to get her in. Let's go ahead and hear from Mr. Randy Meyer. Mr. Meyer?
Good morning, Randall Meyer, Assistant DA, Jefferson Parish. After listening to Mr. DeLavedels, I have a hard time with his name, pronouncing his name. After listening to his interview, I'm going to remain opposed to his request. A couple of concerns I have is at his prior hearing, he was denied in part because he had disciplinary reports. Since that hearing that was in 2021, and he had 2 disciplinary reports in 2021. It looks like one was right around the time of the hearing, and the other one was after the hearing. That's very concerning to me. You don't get denied for disciplinary reports and then continue to have disciplinary reports. His answer to Mr. Marabella's question concerning, is he a drug addict, bothered me. I used to be. Well, he tells me he clearly needs additional substance abuse treatment. Since he's been incarcerated, the last 3 years ago, he said 2 of his contraband disciplinary reports were for drugs. I think a long-term substance abuse treatment is very much needed for him to, give him the chance to stay out of jail once he does get released. So we're opposed at this time. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Meyer. We appreciate it. Mr. Della Villane, you have anything you'd like to say before the board votes?
Yes, first of all, I'd like to thank God. I would like to thank y'all for giving me the opportunity to speak here today. I would like to thank my family for the support, and I understand those choices that I made. They was immature, they was irrational decisions, and I accept full responsibility for my actions. But the person I am now here today, I see and challenge to better myself.
You wrote that.
That's why I took the needed steps to get my academic trades, my vocational trades, because I have plans and I want to pursue to be a better person. I no longer want to live the life I live. I want to be a provider for my family, a role model to my family, as well as the community and the youth. And I want to be allowed the chance to prove that I can be a conductive, responsible, law-abiding citizen in the near future.
Thank you very much, Mr. DeLavalade. Panel ready to vote?
Yes.
You know, Mr. DeLavalade, you've got very good family support. Your cousins spoke very highly of you. They want to help you. They're there for you to support you, but there's just so much that they can do. You know, it looks like you're heading in the right direction. The last year or so, you've done well. I have some serious concerns, however. Your supervision history, your criminal history certainly is not good. Your disciplinary issues are a real concern to me, especially the drugs. You know, like Mr. Meyer said, I'm concerned about your response to me that you were a drug addict. I think you played down your drug addiction.
I always
and you are a drug addict, and you'll forever be a drug addict. And I do believe that you need some long-term substance abuse treatment that best can be provided while you're there in the Department of Corrections. So I would encourage you to continue to do what you're doing, but for me right now, just not yet. So my vote today would be to deny, but to encourage you to continue to work hard and try to get into a long-term substance abuse program. I'm just one vote, but that's my vote. Mr. Roche?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Delavalade.
Yes, sir.
I heard your closing statement. You want to prove that you can be a productive member of society. But you gotta prove it.
Yes, sir.
You gotta prove it inside first. And as far as I'm concerned, you have not proved to me that you can stay out of trouble. You've been in extended lockdown 6 or 7 times in 9 years. You have 12 disciplinary write-ups in 9 years. You've been revoked on numerous occasions, and you can be convicted of 8 felonies. I need to see a longer period of time where there's no negative activity before I vote. So my vote is the same as Mr. Marabella for the same reasons.
Thank you, Mr. Roche. Mr. Freeman?
I agree that I think you're headed definitely in the right direction. I will recommend that you go to inpatient drug treatment and reapply. If you get that inpatient drug treatment, I think you'll be successful next time. So we're gonna put that recommendation in your paperwork and see if we can't get you transferred to Steve Hall or somewhere where you can get the treatment you need.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Mr. Della Villade. I'm sorry I'm ruining your name, but it's a very difficult name for me to pronounce. you've got 3 votes to deny you, but I've heard some very encouraging words from all 3 of us. And that is, you're moving in the right direction. You need a little more work. You've got a wonderful family that's at home waiting for you to come home. Put the time in, put the work in, and reapply. And hopefully the next time you'll be fine. Good luck to you, sir.
That's it.